Kia ora te whānau, ngā mihi nui ki a koutou katoa. Thank you so much for tuning in this afternoon. It is a beautiful Sunday afternoon in Tāmaki Makaurau, e whiti te rā, and you're watching the next generation of female rugby league stars in Aotearoa. This clash is the 18s representative match between clubs and schools. Tomorrow it will fixture the men's competition, but this afternoon we are fortunate enough to witness the debut of this Wahine fixture. I am Lavina Good. Joining me in commentary this afternoon is Auckland Rugby League Ambassador TJ Ashford, and you're really familiar with a lot of players out here today. What do you think this competition is doing for women rugby league players in New Zealand?
Yeah, well, it's massive. Like having the opportunity to play on the big stage is just a visual and physical pathway for these girls to aspire to. So when there's a blueprint there to get to higher honours like the NRLW or the Kiwi Ferns jersey, it just does wonders for our game. So it's important that we continue putting fixtures like this for our wahine and giving them the opportunity to showcase their skills and talent.
This will be the end of their representative duties. Geez, we've got some hard-walking ball kids this day.
Yeah, look at our hands. He looks like his old man, that young fella.
Let's take a look at the club's lineup first, TJ.
Yeah, it was a shining light there at the back, Tamisha Tulua. She's very quick and good under the high ball as well as Tamisha. Another standout in this team there is the number 12, who I've got big raps on, Claudia Fino. A younger sister of Leighton Fino, who's been a part of the Warriors system over there as well while they're playing over in Australia. So a big opportunity for these girls to showcase their talents, but looking forward to this fixture today.
Yeah, interesting that you've got Tatiana, the older sister, and co-captain with her younger sister, Claudia Fino, and they will be lining up in the back row for the clubs. What about the schools lineup? Who's shining for you?
Yeah, the one standing out for me, especially as the number 1, Braxton Sorensen McGee, stand out not only at club level but also at school level as well. So she's going to look for her to have the ball on a string today. Got very good vision, very good skill level as well. And also I like the number 13, Paia Uelu as well. Normally plays in the halves. So look for her to play like a ball-playing 13 role in the middle, just organising her middle forwards around the field today.
It will be interesting with Braxton Sorensen McGree playing in the halfback role, although she will be donning the number 1 jersey. What about participation when it comes to wahine in rugby league in Aotearoa, TJ?
Yeah, some would say it's the saviour of rugby league at the moment. The growth is massive for us. And I know at Auckland Rugby League and New Zealand Rugby League level, we've identified that. So we're looking at trying to grow and give more opportunities to these girls, but it is on the rise. At Auckland club level at the moment, it starts at under 12s and they're going to 13 aside as well, which is massive for us. It's the first time we've been able to do that this year, and it's only on the up at the moment.
So the NZRL selected the schools team from their performances at the National Secondary Schools Tournament held at the beginning of last month. The clubs squad was chosen from the National Youth Tournament that took place just a couple of weeks ago. So for these players, this is at the end of their representative commitments. They should be fit and ready to roll. Yeah,
this is the best of New Zealand on display at the moment, bar a couple that have got injuries at the moment, but the clash today is going to be outstanding between these two sides.
So in the green jerseys, we have New Zealand clubs. In the white jerseys, we have New Zealand schools. There is never any love lost between these schools and clubs clash. This is the first time the under-18s women's clash has been held. It was held for the men a couple of years ago, and they will be returning tomorrow. Here comes the haka from the clubs. Wow, what a powerful, inspirational, challenging haka. Setting the tone for the match in the green jerseys is the New Zealand 18s clubs team. They'll line up arm in arm. And they've set the challenge. They're waiting for a response from the New Zealand schools selected side. He wahine toa.
Wow.
Kia kaha wahine.
Man, great renditions of the huckers there, both on display. Ooh, I'm going to give it to New Zealand schools on that one. That was a powerful display of the haka.
Excellent stuff from both sides to set the tone for the match. Joseph Green will be the man in charge of proceedings with Liam O'Brien and Jack Fevers marking the sideline.
Yeah, you'll see the on-field official, Joseph Green, wearing the black polo shirt there as the normal referee's tops clash with the actual New Zealand clubs team jersey as well. So Joey, one of the most experienced Fox coaches up here in the Auckland competition, with a couple of the South Island experienced referees down there as well on the sideline.
Shout out to the coaches as well. Sefo Famwana and also Tash Davies will be in charge of the New Zealand clubs. The dual effort of Te Unaro Wairau of Canterbury teaming up with Aki Pereira of Wellington as the assistant coach of the schools. It is an absolute scorcher this afternoon at North Harbour Stadium. What is going on with rugby league in the heat, TJ?
Oh, honestly, I was down there in between games for 5 minutes and it was really, really hot, man. So look for these girls to tire out towards the back end of each half, but it's going to be a fiery clash.
We get things underway. The schools team in white receiving first, looking for a hole in the defence. Found a short one, but was quickly snuffled out by Martini. Keeping it simple. Playing the ball is the New Zealand 18s schools lineup in white. A good turnout of fans here at North Harbour Stadium for this first ever Wahine 18s clash between club and schools. Not shy to go down the line quickly is the schools outfit. That is Lavinia Leafau, one of the Manuriwa High School students in the team. Oh, looked to be a high hit. Referee didn't see it, and there seems to be no issue with getting up. Sometimes things can be deceiving, but that was 10 on 10 that time. Kick taken nice and early by clubs. No mistakes from either side, TJ, at the start of the match. Yeah,
very good start there for the New Zealand schools side, turning the ball over at the right end of the field and completed their set and got to their kick. So a very good start at the moment, but an extra good start there to the clubs team as well, with a couple good outside back runs.
So an arm wrestle at the early stages of this game. We'll have two 30-minute halves to decide the winners of the clubs versus schools 18s Wahine clash. There will be a 10-minute break, and they'll take every second of that. Fatigue will probably set in around 15, 20 minutes from now, but at the moment, the adrenaline is pumping. Clubs go through the left-footed kick of Situa. It's taken nicely out wide for schools. Under some pressure there, but managed to hang on to it. The defence has been punishing and moving up very quickly. But the schools team in green looking for the loose ball, and they get possession now, just 25 metres out from the try line. What can the clubs team do with the ball?
Yeah, they're hot on attack here now as well. They've got some numbers on the short side if they can identify that space, and they do go there.
They go down the left-hand side, looking thin in numbers in the white jerseys. Manages the offload, could have got another one, didn't have to. Score nice and early, put that crystal ball away, TJ Ashford.
Yeah, I got big raps on the number 6 as well, Milan Satua. Got some great vision. Obviously, she's called a hot call there, and one of the other star players, I believe the eventual try scorer there, went to Claudia Finot, who I've got big raps on as well. So great start there by the New Zealand clubs team. And again, like we saw in the first game today, it come off the back of an error.
Nice delivery from Satua. She did very, very well indeed. She's from One Tree College. Come from a rugby background, the dark side.
Yeah, she's actually plays or used to play at our Ellerslie Eagles Rugby League club as well. So she's been there, rich heritage at the Eagles. But you can see there down the short side, she's obviously called a hot, identifying the shortfall there, and great little offload. Sorry, that was Claudia Finot with the offload to number 3. Paris Pickering, I think the eventual try scorer was. So a good start there by the clubs team.
Lovely offload from the number 12, Claudia Finot, one of the youngest members in the lineup for the club's outfit. As we mentioned before, she is the younger sister of her back row partner, Tatiana. They play tremendously well together. So looking to go 6 ahead is the New Zealand clubs team. Struck it well, might not have enough on it. Good direction, not enough power.
Yeah, again, there's a few misconnections with the kick on both games at the moment, but try scorers probably need to get a little bit closer to the post. But again, it's a good start there by the club side. They need to get to their kick on this one though, so they need some tough carries, kick it down deep, and hopefully build some more pressure defensively.
So the New Zealand club's outfit have laid down the bat, scored early in this one-off clash between themselves and the New Zealand schools. We will see the boys event tomorrow. Today it is Wahine Toa at the moment. 2 magnificent huckers have set the tone. And now the New Zealand club leading 4-0. They are in the teal-coloured jerseys, running on your screens from left to right. A massive shout out to NZRL for making this possible, Stream Shop, and also Sky Sport for showcasing the best of women's rugby league live coming into your lounge rooms. That's if you're not fortunate enough to be here on a hot sunny day, eating a few pies, having a few chips, and also enjoying some rugby league. It's a glorious afternoon. They bring it through the hands of Alexis Toane, one of the Upper Central Stallion representatives. She's a tremendous young player who's very hungry for possession. Quick hands going down the right-hand side. Room to move, got some space. Will head for the sideline, needs to come in. Does oh so well. Had plenty of work to do, did Kyla Lynch-Brown. She had so much work to do, and in a way made a slight mockery of the defence by taking it under the sticks.
Yeah, they actually had some defenders there too, the New Zealand schools, so just showed a bit too much pace there, the number 5, Kyla Lynch-Brown, too much pace to get around the outside, and she still actually had work to do as well. She had the fullback to beat, brought out the right foot step, and managed to bring the ball closer towards the post to score their second try for today.
She'll be feeling the heat. She's the only player in this side from the South Island, is Kyla Lynch-Brown, playing her first year of rugby league. She lives in Christchurch, has represented New Zealand in both 16s and 18s touch, so that's where she gets her pace one, but her thought process was very impressive. She went for the corner initially and then realised that the covered defence would have got there, so she just did that right foot step and cut back inside and made the job a lot easier for her goal kicker and captain, Tatiana Finau.
Yeah, it just goes to show as well, just the basic fundamental skills to play our game of catch and pass there. And they've executed it well. Simple draw and pass down that short side there, and they've managed to come away with their second try.
Over the black dot, the flags go up from our touchies, so things looking good for New Zealand clubs at the moment. The club squads have been chosen from the National Youth Tournament. That took just place a couple of weeks ago. So these players are in fine form for this one-off representative clash. At the end of their representative calendar, they'll be looking to have a wee break and not too much pre-season work before Christmas. It's been a very busy time indeed, but great opportunities for young Wahine to be playing rugby league at this level.
Yeah, they've been asking for more games, and everyone's been delivering at the moment, so it's good to have these girls playing some more footy here in 2022. Look for that representative calendar to only grow in the next 12 months as well.
Claudia Fanal from the Akarana Falcons, one of 7 Falcons lining up in this club's outfit, strong in her first run. Not too many offloads at the moment, not looking to make any errors, is this club's outfit that have started with a hiss and a roar. So much defensive pressure on the schools team in white. They must be spending 70% of their time out on the pitch on a very hot day in Auckland this afternoon, doing a whole lot of tackles. At some stage, something gives. They go down the left-hand side, might have opted for the cutout pass, but didn't, and possession lost. Paris Pickering couldn't hang on to it that time. If they could have had that again or rewound it, I'm sure the cutout pass might have been what they opted for, but gives possession to the schools team in white, which are a little slow to come in for the scrum.
Yeah, I don't mind the play there. The execution was fine. She just probably looked to go one pass too far there. She had poked her nose through the line a little bit there. Probably could have, found her front, got a quick play the ball and played off the back of that. But missed opportunity there for the club side.
Let's see what the school side can do in white. The schools team's been selected, remember, from their performances at the National Secondary Schools Tournament that was held at the beginning of last month. So that's how the selection process went underway. Lots of these players from a multitude of schools all over New Zealand. Hard to get those connections going where you don't have a long time to train, but what they really would love to do is try and remain within the match. At the moment, the schools is trailing New Zealand clubs by 10 points, and an error gives possession back to the team in teal, and they're hungry for the ball.
Yeah, they've only had like 2 sets with the ball, and they've dropped both of them at the moment. We see a nice little break here down the short side.
Lovely cutout pass to Tatiana Fanal. She loves running to the gap as long as someone's there to give it to her. Once again, the short side run. Excellent defence that time from Violet Hiku, the number 1 from schools. In possession, our clubs leading 10-0. Still 20 minutes remaining in the first half. Went for the dummy and tried to find the sideline, but she got absolutely crushed and managed to knock the ball on at the same time. Excellent defence from the New Zealand schools outfit in white.
Yeah, good contact by the number 21 there. Alice Shannon coming over the top, forcing the ball loose. Great shot there.
It was clean and it was powerful. So an opportunity now for the schools in white to get possession and try and make their way up to the other end of the pitch. Clubs were looking very strong with the ball. Decided not to send the ball down the line. Instead, it was their number 9, Monica Samita from the Falcons, that went for the run and created the error. So there's space out wide here. Looking good was schools. There was another player, but they couldn't actually get it out to Paul Tai. Great charging run from Alice Shannon of Avondale. She'll make 10 to 12 metres every time she gets the ball. Looking good with the ball at the moment is New Zealand schools, making plenty of yards through their forwards. We'll try and break it a little bit away from the ruck to try and make some distance out wide. The defence up to it this time from clubs. Running from right to left is the New Zealand schools outfit. They might look to kick early. Instead, they go through their hands. Excellent defensive structure that time from New Zealand clubs. Some of these players, TJ, know each other inside out. They've represented with each other for a very, very long time. Yeah,
the schools team is actually made up by 2 of the most prominent ones at the secondary schools nationals as well, being Manurua High School. That was the high school of mine when I was growing up as well, and also Auckland Girls Grammar. So, they should be able to gel together quite well. And they've got a great half in Braxton Sorensen-McGee who can lead this team around well as well. And to be honest, she's probably got one of the best kicking games I've seen as some of the youth girls coming through. So she can slot them from the sideline. Look forward to her exposing that kicking game as the match unfolds. Nice inside running there from the number 19, Kimoana Lipalo. She plays the ball and they opt to go down the left-hand side again. Nothing fancy from the New Zealand clubs, but certainly getting the job done.
18 minutes remaining in the match, and they're up 10-0 on the scoreboard. Lovely darting run. Will be hard to take it down. Opted for the pass, did Monica Samita. Just pushed it that little bit further. She did oh so well to get through the first defensive line. Could have had an opportunity there, I think, to play the ball rather than try and offload, but it's a split decision that's worked against her at the moment, and the penalty goes to Schools.
Yeah, it was a nice run by the number 9 Samita there. Just the outside or the left side flank there, just failing to push up and support. And then she had to die with the ball, but again, giving away a penalty. Another get out of jail free card here.
If Monica Samita looks familiar to you, she did play for Tonga in the test in June. She's also a Point Chev's women's premier player and has been with Akarana, the under-18 side, for quite some time. Has a tournament competition championship under her belt. Look out for more from Monica Samita throughout this match. So Schools in with possession. They take the tap.
Good shot. Great
hit. That time Claudia Fanal, the number 12, making her presence felt as a defender out on the pitch. It's an absolute scorcher here at the North Harbour Stadium. These girls will be totally fatigued in about 15 minutes' time, but right now, momentum is carrying their way. Looking to go down the left-hand side of the pitch is Faith Jana Tavita, one of the Auckland Girls Grammar School students. So plenty of those out there. Punishing defence, excellent stuff. That time from the captain, Tatiana Finau, the number 11 from the club's outfit. I'm sure they would have felt that. No way through the middle at this stage for the Schools outfit. Well, they opt to go to the fringes and expose something defensively. The ball goes up. Players are onside, says the referee, but it's still the last tackle. Don't want to hang on to it. Got rid of it. Referee says knock on and a surrendering of possession. It will go to the club's outfit. Good idea, the execution not quite there.
Yeah, probably didn't go as deep as what they needed it to go there, but they haven't really spent too much time down here at the moment of this game, so they need to build a bit of pressure, and it starts with their defence right now as well.
This is the back of two games. Earlier today we had the 16s Invitational up against the Aotearoa Whanui, or the rest of the country. We spoke in that first game, which the Auckland Invitational won quite convincingly, 22-8, TJ, about the benefits of having the deep goal lines in try and how you can expose them. Yeah,
and both sides actually for this contest as well have some really decent kickers in Satua and then Sorensen McGee also. So if they get any attacking opportunities close to the line, look for both of them to show their skill level and stuff down there on that try line.
The club's leading 10-0 against Schools. They're running on your screens from left to right. Still close to 15 minutes before the half-time break. The right-hand defensive edge of Schools has really been challenged this afternoon, and the clubs will look to find weaknesses there again. So they bring it in field, looking for their support players. This time it's Alexis Tawane. She is so fast and so strong, and she managed to find Asawa from Counties Manukau, who every time she gets the ball, you can just about guarantee it's a try. Let's take another look at this one. Falling off the left, right and centre, gets close to the line, and there'd be more than one person in that tackle to lose the ball. So they remain possession and a knock on that time.
Yeah, poor pass there by the half for the clubs. But again, they need to complete their set and build a bit of pressure down here as we look for the New Zealand Schools team to work it out of their own half. Some strong contact there by number 11, Tatiana Finau.
She'll just tackle all day. Well, Tatiana Finau, never whakamara or shy in getting involved defensively to support her side and her teammates. She is the co-captain of this side along with Alexis Tawane. Schools looking for a bit of synergy here, and they can't seem to get it. Great tackle, forcing the error. That time the defender was Tamisha Tulua, one of the Counties Manukau Stingrays. Comes in, great positioning. Also had a little bit of help from Alexis Tawane as well. So between the two of them, they forced the error, and it's certainly not going Schools' way at this stage.
Yeah, Tawane's actually impressed me so far with the ball already today. She's got some nice little tip-ons at the line there, but she also knows when to run and take a tough carry like she is now. And she's looks quite big and powerful as well, so look for her to put her stamp on this game as the game goes on.
Tawane running from the base of the scrum, getting the quick play the ball out the way and finding support from Asawa, who's a tremendous rugby league footballer, 6'2", an absolute powerhouse out there. She might be looking to take a spell, though, as she heads away to the sideline. It's back with Tawane with the ball in hand, the number 13 and co-captain. Wants to get up and play it quickly, see if she can expose some defensive edges. And the referee, Joseph Green, said, you've got to be behind the line when I call you, otherwise they'll get a penalty for offside. Yeah,
a bit of an infringement around the ruck there, and back-to-back penalties. They need to be able to turn these girls away. They've been defending their try line for the last few minutes.
Here is a test for the school's outfit in the white jerseys. They need to try and nullify all attacking play from the New Zealand clubs in the green. No love lost between these two sides. We saw that from the opening haka. Nice dummy, good support play. Gets close to the line, but the scrambling defence gets the thumbs up that time. Little dart from dummy half, and the referee, Joseph Green, says you managed to make your way over the line, and that will be a TRY. Tamisha Tulua picking the ball up from the dummy half position.
Yeah, just defenders too slow to get off the ground there, and not ball watching. The priority around the ruck, especially that close to the line, is to get a few defenders there. You can see there's 5 bodies, no one in the right position there, and Tamisha Tulua, too quick.
She's a good young player, is Tamisha Tulua, plays for the Otara Scorpions. She's very, very quick, and the thing that impresses most people is also how agile she is on her feet. She likes to play fullback, but believe it or not, she also likes to play hooker, hence that little dart from dummy half, how she managed to score the try. She got the MVP for the 18s national tournament with Counties Manukau, so she can add another try to her list of achievements.
Yeah, Tamisha, another player that can actually play in that under-16s clash that was here earlier as well. So, again, just shows how strong she is and the talent is coming through our pathway system here in New Zealand.
Lovely smile there on the face of Tatiana Finau as they add 2 points to the scoreboard. 10 minutes remaining in the first half of this New Zealand schools versus New Zealand clubs match, and the club side in the lovely teal-coloured jerseys are leading 16 points to nil. There's a nice little shout out. A sort of shout out for a whānau member. Bit of support for Renice out there.
How good is it to see the Kiwi crest on the girl's chest as well, you know, like a proud jersey that's been around a long time, and these girls getting to wear the Kiwis jumper, themselves and their families must be proud on this occasion. What a privilege it is to be able to wear the jersey as well.
Lovely to witness them wearing the jersey. Shout out to the Kiwis also earlier today that had a convincing defeat over Jamaica by 60-odd points. They will continue on their merry way in the World Cup. But right now, you are watching live on Sky Sport, the NZRL 18s Wahine clubs versus schools clash. Tomorrow, it will be the Tāne in action. It will be the 16s Auckland Invitational versus the rest of New Zealand under-16s. And then after that, there will also be the 18s clubs versus schools match. There's been a hiatus of that game. So plenty of rugby league heading your way. A feast of action from North Harbour Stadium. And right now, in the hot seat is the New Zealand club's side. Excellent defence from the number 7, Fonga Tauto, one of the Southern Cross campus players. Need to chase that one down, putting her under pressure. Excellent kick, lovely chase, reaping the rewards.
Yeah, again, those deep in goals come into question there, but a nice little kick by Tiana Thompson. Believe it or not, when I started my coaching career 15 odd years ago, coached her old man Ben. Shout out to Ben. I know you'll probably be down here, big supporter of Tiana.
TJ Ashford, what is your coaching career doing now? I hear there's been some development.
Yeah, I went back to my home club this year to coach their Premier Men's, and then obviously it's a short career at the moment there. I've managed to get an opportunity with the Warriors in their academy system, coaching some of the junior players coming through the pathway. So big opportunity for me in my career, and looking forward to the challenge ahead.
Well, the challenge ahead at the moment is for the New Zealand schools outfit, not able to score a point on the board and defending on their line. They're trailing 16-0 with still 7.5 minutes remaining in the first half. Ronice Martini says, I want a piece of the action. We saw a poster earlier with her name on it. Her whānau here supporting her the whole way throughout this competition. Drop ball and an unforced error, an uncharacteristic error that time from the club's outfit.
Yeah, well, I actually like that play. Alexis Tawane's been doing those little tip-ons close to the line, and it's a brave line. I think it was number 19, Kimiwana Niupalau, running that brave line. Those are tough to make sometimes, especially when there's defenders around the ball, but look for that opportunity to increase as the game goes on.
As you mentioned about Alexis Tawane, she received the MVP at the National League Nines earlier in the year for Wellington. She didn't have a club there, so she had to play rugby for a short season. Represented Upper Central for Nationals and also Samoa in the PYC tournament last week. So she's a tremendous young player with a massive future. I feel very privileged to be witnessing her and her teammates in the opposition here this afternoon, showcasing the best of Wahine Rugby League talent, the future stars right here, right now, for this 18s club versus schools match. Here comes the schools outfit in the white jersey, trying to penetrate their way through the line, but there are no holes at the moment. No sign of a penalty either. Held up nicely by the number 6. Hammer didn't manage to deliver the ball, and the possession goes back to clubs. Here they come in the green jerseys, sending a warning to the defensive line.
Yeah, we're 25 minutes in, and I think the New Zealand schools has only completed one set at the moment, so they need to build a bit of pressure and get to the back end of their sets if they wanted to get themselves back into this contest. But New Zealand clubs hot on attack.
Right now, the schools outfit in the white jerseys have to tackle. Being asked to do that, but in the end, it was Tatiana Fanau, the Akarana Falcons, and the co-captain of this side, that strolled her way over the line to add another 4 points to her side scoreboard.
Yeah, nice little play there, but it stems off the quick play, the ball for the play before that, and you saw Tiana Thompson there as well, squaring up the defensive line, isolating that defender for her back rower, Tatiana Finau, to get in for her try for today. A nice little play. She just saw the double pump there, holding the defenders up.
Tiana Thompson does have the ability to make the opposition second guess what she's going to do. When she was young, she loved playing rugby league against her brothers. She always said she wanted to play as well. So off she went to the Howick Hornets and Counties, and she's an excellent director out on the pitch.
Yeah, some actually great halfbacks playing in today's clashes, not only for the 16s but also the 18s clash at the moment as well. Again, our future for New Zealand Rugby League for our women's space is big. Looking forward to seeing these girls go on to bigger honours as their careers go on.
So Tatiana Fanau, the captain, trying to add another 2 points to her own try. Excellent conversion from the skipper. New Zealand clubs leading New Zealand schools 22 points to dot. And there's still just around 4 minutes remaining in this first half. What can the schools do, TJ? You're a coach.
Yeah,
what do you say?
I just think they got to start again. Right? And again, it'll start from this defensive set here. They need to rally together. But a big reason as to why they're trailing on the scoreboard at the moment is because they haven't been able to complete their sets. So they've played 95% of the game in their own half, so it's zapping a lot of juice. So they just need to complete their sets and try and find some momentum, and it could be by way of a run, a strong tackle, forcing an error or something like that. So they just need to turn up for each other here.
A little bit of luck might go their way as well. The kickoff from these schools received impressively from Aliana Tonu'u, one of the county's Manukau Stingrays players. She plays the ball. They stick with it down the right-hand side. Excellent skill factor from both teams in attack. especially the New Zealand clubs in green. Great decoy running. Nice set play here. Good defence. They were up for it that time. No way through here, said Alice Shannon in the number 21 jersey. Looks to be a hole up the middle, exposing it as Tulua. She is very agile and fast and deceptive with the ball in hand.
Good play.
Oh, great cutout pass, and it's as good as the run. Excellent work. Beautiful delivery. And Paris Pickering scoring the try for the New Zealand club. Set up beautifully.
Yeah, that put that play down to the great eyes-up player, Vernice Martini. They were actually had an overlap there as well, and they've identified the numbers down that short side. As you see here, nice play, catching it on the advantage line. She's just had a good look at the defensive line there. Number 8 turned her shoulders in, looking a little bit tired there. Was Perseus Tuifua. And then again, when you've got a player like Paris Pickering on the edge there, why wouldn't you be finding her for more runs like that?
Doesn't she run the line lovely, Paris Pickering?
Yeah, it was a tough line, and again, she ran the right space there, and you know, again, she's not too greedy. She gave one of her friends a try on a platter there by giving her the ball late. As a coach, those ones are hard in the mouth kind of materials, but yeah, hey, Renice did put her in the space there, so she's given one back to her fellow colleague there or teammate. So great try there.
Sharing the love is the New Zealand clubs team with each other. Still a minute and a half remaining in this first half, and clubs leading 26-0. As you say, TJ Ashford, the schools unit might have to regroup, recamp, and go back to the drawing board as another 2 points of pain is added. 28-0 point lead so far for New Zealand clubs.
Yeah, some great goal kicking there by co-captain Tatiana Fino. If memory serves me correctly, she actually got the match-winning conversion for the 18s final down at the National Youth as well. That was a hotly contested match between Akarana and Counties Monaco.
It's been a good year for Akarana. Very impressive. Senior women's and also the under-18s, the dominant force throughout those stages of rugby league. And it's trickling through to the junior ranks. So New Zealand clubs with a spring in their step at this stage, up 28 points with just 20 seconds remaining in the first half. I can guarantee the New Zealand schools in white will be certainly looking forward to their trip down the tunnel for the 10-minute break. It's not over yet, though. That is Sama Van Gelder, one of the Akarana Falcons player. She's a very talented netballer as well as rugby league player and an all-round athlete. And the referee says, let's take a break. Half time in this clash between the New Zealand schools 18s and the New Zealand schools clubs Wahine, and it is the clubs leading the schools 28 points to 0. Kia ora, Tefano. Rugby League on show at North Harbour Stadium. The second of two matches today. It is Wahine Day. It is a clash now between the New Zealand clubs versus New Zealand schools. And at this stage, TJ, it's been one-way traffic and it's all about the clubs.
Yeah, it has been one-way traffic, and it started off very early in this game as well. You see here New Zealand clubs hot on attack, and we saw Satua identifying some short numbers down that short side here. And again, she's just picked out the right person here. Nice early ball. Claudia Fino with the late offload. And then Paris Pickering dotting over for the early try here in this encounter. And we see try number 2. Nice little show of hands here. Good skill, draw and pass right there. That was another Fino, the older sister there. Finding the number 5, and Kyla Lynch-Brown, the only South Island Scorpion in the team today, showing a bit of pace down that short side. Some good skill there, beating the fullback one-on-one. Nice little try there. And then you also got the front row forward here with a great run to Foe. Asaua, she got held up on this occasion here, but she's been dominant so far early in this display, and we saw Tamisha Talua getting off the back of that with a quick play the ball. Dotting down, you said Lavina as well, she's also played dummy half, although she's dotting the 1, so she's got a bit of experience there as well. And we see the New Zealand clubs extending the lead. It's a nice little play here, cut out pass. Paris Pickering identifying the hole there. Beating her fullback there. You always got to take the ball as a fullback. That's goal number 1 there, Paris Pickering. Passing it off to Renise Martini there, good play. Good eyes-up play down that short side as well. They're really beating this New Zealand schools team down that left-hand edge for the clubs. And then also Tatiana Fino getting 4 from 5 on the conversions as well. So she's been very handy with the boot today.
Impressive stuff so far from the New Zealand clubs to be leading New Zealand schools 28-0. We'll take a short break. When we come back, plenty of second half action right here on Sky Sport. Kia ora Rugby League fans, great to have you back. This is the NZRL 18s, New Zealand clubs versus New Zealand schools clash for women. Paul, we will have the Tane competing. But this afternoon, it is all about women in rugby league in New Zealand. It's been a dominant performance so far from the New Zealand clubs. So many shining lights for them, TJ. None more, though, than Alexis Tawane, who always looks good on paper when it comes to her statistics, but out on the pitch this afternoon, remarkable.
Yeah, she's actually proved how quality she is today. She's done some tough carries when needed, but she's also been tipping on nicely and ball playing around the middle of the field. And you know what? It's so hot out there today. I've been down there for 5 minutes. It was hot. She's played 30 minutes, doing a lot of work in the middle of the field. So she's been outstanding so far in this clash.
Last opportunity for these players to play representative rugby league on the back of the secondary schools and the youth tournaments. This representative calendar is coming to an end. They will give it everything they have. On your screens from left to right, trailing by 28 points is the New Zealand schools outfit. They kick off. Nice short grubber kick, but picked up exceptionally well by Claudia Finau, the sister of Tatiana Finau. They are in the 11 and 12 jerseys, the two back rowers. Claudia is the younger sister and the captain this afternoon, along with Alexis Tawane's Tatiana Finau. So starting like they finished the first half. Impressive run that time from Tamisha Tulua. She's very hungry for possession this afternoon and is making the most of every delivery. They go wide, exposing the left-hand defensive edges of schools. Shut down nicely that time by Faith Janet Tavita. Good defence in the opening stages of this game. Plenty of options here. A little step on the inside and a missed tackle, and it meant Tulua could easily cross under the sticks for the first try of the second half.
Yeah, again, another slow start there by the New Zealand schools team, and New Zealand clubs just proved too strong in that set. Nice little play up the right-hand edge there, opening up the middle third of the field. And then again, that girl wearing the number 13, Alexis Tawane, just with a nice little tip on here late. And then Tamisha Tulua capitalising on this opportunity. You see here, look at that eyes up play. Good decision, dragging that defender in, and some good late footwork there by Tamisha, proving too strong, getting over for her second try of today.
Lovely left foot step this time. Her first try, she just snuck over from dummy half, but this time she had to work a little bit harder for it. Very tricky situation for the New Zealand schools to be in. As you say, TJ Ashford, they will have to regroup, pretend the scoreboard is 0 apiece, and see if they can gain some structure in attack, because at the moment it's all defence, defence, defence.
Yeah, it's a bit hard. They've come out slow. It's definitely not the start that they needed in the second half, but you know, the good thing about footy at the moment is they got plenty of time behind them, so they got their family here supporting them as well, so they need to just dig deep here, and it all starts with this next defensive set.
A fabulous turnout of fans for this showcasing of women in rugby league today at North Harbour Stadium. We've had the 16s Invitational Auckland side with a defeat against the rest of the country's 16s team, 22-8. A magnificent game of rugby league, and now it's the New Zealand schools versus New Zealand clubs. Schools to kick off in the white jerseys, hoping to score some points in this match. Great chase onside, and this is the best opportunity they've had. Violet Hiku, the winger, looking to get involved in the game. They'll look for some support plays coming through on the inside. They decide to go left and changes direction. Legs taken down. Excellent defence from Tulua. Not only does she score tries, she can save them as well. Good option to go up the middle that time, Paya Ulu. She plays it quickly as well, and they go down the right-hand side. What can schools do here? They opt for the cutout pass. Draws in the defenders nice and quick, but Nelson all over her and the ball. This is the last tackle. Now look for the kick. They go high. Bit of a screwdriver kick. The players seem to be onside. I think it came off the hand. 6 to go, says the referee. Hang on to that possession, and still in the hot seat is the schools. The referee now says there was a penalty.
No, it was a drop knock on there in the contact, but I don't think he's played advantage there, and good call by the on-field official, Joey Green. No advantage was taken out of that, so it's going to come back to the first infringement.
Looked good with the ball in hand, did the New Zealand schools in the white jerseys, running left to right, and will come down to the scrum, and they get the scrum feed, the best attacking position they have been in for quite some time. Plenty of options for them here. Bring it out early from the scrum. Chase it down through June Westerland, the Manuera High School student who has done a whole lot of tackling this afternoon. Stacked on the right-hand side. If they choose to go there quickly, if they get it through their hands, they can draw a defender and maybe create an overlap. Play the ball wasn't that quick, and Tatiana and Claudia Finau managed to smother the attackers. So what can schools do? They're in the right place, is at the right time.
Yeah, I think Braxton Sorensen McGee needs to get her hands on the ball here. She's a very crafty player, good director out there with ball in hand as well, but she just has, here she is with the ball now. She just hasn't touched it enough in good ball field position. So important for your halves as they look to go wide here. But it's important for your halves to, you know, get the ball on in their hands and just direct traffic a little bit more.
She comes from great pedigree, does Braxton Sorensen. The Sorensen name has been extremely publicised in New Zealand Rugby League with her uncles, Kurt, Dane.
Yeah, big family heritage there, and their older brother Dredden as well, played in the Auckland Fox Memorial competition, who's now applying his trade over in Australia.
I wonder how far away we are from having a Warriors team in the NRLW competition, perhaps when these players graduate from...
Yeah, I think so. I think the current licence for the NRLW goes for the next couple of years, and then I think they're looking at expanding, and I'm pretty sure the Warriors want to get on board that waka soon and trying to grow the space there for the NRLW side. And there's definitely plenty of talent coming through, as you can see here. There's actually 4 or 5 under 16s in this team as well that can apply their trade in the next few years once they... as we see it, loose pass here, but yeah, some big things happening in the women's space especially.
Braxton Sorensen McGee was at the right place at the right time that time, the number 1 on her jersey. She plays the ball, and an opportunity here for the schools to try and get some more field positioning, make their way up the other end of the pitch. The defence has been outstanding from the New Zealand club's side today. They have backed each other and made very few errors on attack in defence. Not many missed tackles going against names on the stats board at all. Here comes the school's outfit. Throws a nice little dummy jig there. Tonga Kotai. She got smashed in the end. Nowhere down the right-hand side, so Shanice Pihima decides to go down the left-hand side, drew some attention and lost the ball. So possession back with the New Zealand clubs, and look out, here they come.
Yeah, some good kick pressure. That was something we spoke about in game 1 of today as well, and just the lack of kick pressure. But on that occasion, Tamisha Tulua applying some kick pressure and forcing the air there for her side.
Good fringe defence that time from schools. Summer Van Gelder plays the ball, gets support play. No fatigue setting in for the club's outfit at this stage, but the schools team has been forced to do a whole lot more tackles than their opposition. Kept alive with a trickle of an offload. Head down the right-hand side. Quick hands might do it.
Oh, good tackle.
Excellent tackle. Had to be a ball and all tackle, or maybe a try. Here comes the counter-attack. Violet Hiku, the number 2, looking to make some yards. Good defensive pressure that time.
Yeah, it was. Number 5, Faith Janet Tavita. Great pedigree as well. Her brother Ezekiel's going to be playing in the clash in the under-16s game tomorrow as well. So, you know, great breeding family there, and she's an outstanding player that's got a lot of speed on her side as well. So look for her to get some good ball opportunities down there, hot on attack.
Looks great with the ball in hand as Faith Janet Tavita, one of the Auckland Girls Grammar School students. As you say, comes some great pedigree, TJ, and could be just what they needed to spark something in attack. That and a penalty goes a long way at this stage of the game.
Yeah, it does. They need it because, you know, obviously the club's team has had a fair possession share of the ball at the moment, and they need to zap some juice somehow. It's going to come from building a bit of pressure with their attacking sets, repeat sets, and obviously some back-to-back penalties help along the way as well.
Let's see how they build pressure. They're 40 metres out from their try line. They have 4 tackles in hand. They want to make their way slowly but surely to the other end of the pitch, but excellent defence once again from the club's outfit. Jack Gibson, the former super coach, will always tell you defence wins games, and even though they're 34 points up, it's their defensive game that managed to getting them across the line so far. A handling error, knock on, had a little look-see, no scrum. Referee Joseph Green says we'll leave possession with the club's outfit. And there are 3 or 4 players looking for possession then and there. They don't need anyone at the moment. It's Paris Pickering that goes all the way up the middle. Great cover defensive tackle. Tackle of the day that time from Braxton Sorensen McGee. Won't stop the club side at this stage. They can go down the right-hand side where there does not seem to be a defender. That was a very good choice indeed. And in the end, an outstanding try awarded to Kyla Lynch-Brown, her second of the afternoon.
Yeah, just proving too fast and too powerful with the ball as this New Zealand club's team. And we saw a nice break there by the experienced player, Paris Pickering, currently applying her trade in the women's Auckland women's competition there with Point Chevalier Pirates. And then again, just some defenders on the ground, no one in position there. Need to play to the whistle. And Summer Van Gelder taking the right decision there, playing some eyes-up play and just attacking the shortfall there, and they extend their lead again as this New Zealand clubs team.
So leading 38 points to zip is the New Zealand clubs team with just over 19 minutes remaining in this match. The NZRL selected the schools team from the performances at the National Secondary Schools Tournament held at the beginning of last month, and the club's squad was chosen from the National Youth Tournament that only just took place a couple of weeks ago. This is the end of the representative career for the young rugby league female players in New Zealand. It's been a long season. Finishing on a high at this stage is New Zealand clubs playing with such synergy. They know each other's play inside out and get an extra 2 points from the touchies as well. Yeah,
she's kicked very well today and extending her lead 40 points to 0 for her side. But if they can't turn the ball over here and the clubs team gets too much field position, look for them to extend their lead in this contest.
Well, right now, I'm pretty sure they'll be chasing 50. That will be the target at this stage.
Yeah, I don't think they have to change too much to what they're doing at the moment, to be honest. They've completed well. They've got some strong attacking weapons in this side. And again, it's led by the number 13 for this contest, and Alexis Tawane. She's been outstanding for today's clash, as well as the number 1, who's had a bit of a shift to hooker in this late part of this game, and that's Tamisha Tulua.
They're just 2 of the shining lights from this New Zealand club's outfit. Looking to add more pain on the school's scoreboard as the club's running on your screens from right to left. Nice little nippy little tackle. That time from Violet Hiku. She's been involved defensively. And the hands just a little bit low and the delivery not perfect from New Zealand clubs. So the schools have an opportunity here. They're 40 metres out from their try line. They need something to perk them up, to give them a little bit of incentive to try and push that defensive line back from the New Zealand clubs. The defence has been remarkable from these women aged 18 years and younger. You are watching the future Kiwi Ferns right here, right now on Sky Sport. Plenty of players showcasing their talent. A remarkable display of women's rugby league here in Auckland. Referee says Shanice Pehema shepherded her player, which you're not allowed to do, which was unfortunate because it was the first break we've seen from the schools team in quite a long time.
Yeah, good officiating there by Joey Green as well, because he waited for her to take the advantage from that play. You see here, she's run behind her own player, but she needed to take this tackle, but because she broke free and took the advantage, the referees pulled her up for that, so good call by the on-field official.
So possession will remain with the New Zealand clubs outfit. They're running on your screens from right to left. This is the 18s Wahine Clash, New Zealand clubs versus New Zealand schools. The first time ever this competition has been held for women in New Zealand. What a moment for every single player out on the pitch this afternoon. It's Paris Pickering, Makarana Falcons superstar, loves to get heavily involved in the match. She's fast, she's determined, she's committed, and so is her teammate Tafawa Asawa. Number 10 for the clubs is 6'2", reminiscent of Nelson Asafa Solomona. Same strength and determination.
Yeah, we saw that play there. If she had taken advantage there, Joey might have pulled her up, but so we see a little break in play. There's a little injury. She doesn't look too healthy in the back play either, so hopefully she's okay.
Not too many injuries this afternoon in the Wahine Clash. We did have the 16s competition earlier with the Auckland Invitational up against the Aotearoa Whanui, or the rest of the country. It's a great display of rugby league from 16 and under. And tomorrow afternoon, I told you there was a feast of footy going on here at North Harbour. Auckland under-16s boys up against the rest of New Zealand. How do you see that one going, TJ?
Yeah, that's going to be tough. I've been, privileged enough to spend the week with the Auckland 16s boys, and they're ready for the contest as well. But I've seen the lineup for that New Zealand team as well, and it's looking very, very sharp. So that 16s contest is going to be a great contest for tomorrow, starting us off nicely before we head into the 18 schools versus clubs.
So it's the first time for the Wahine to have this competition, but we have had the 18s clubs versus schools for the Tane 2 years ago. It's been in a hiatus due to COVID restrictions. And there's some big names that come through rugby league. NRL representatives kind of splattered all over the competition, have all participated at some stage throughout a competition similar to this. How important are these tournaments for the future of rugby league, both for men and women in our country?
Yeah, I think it's massive, and I think that's what everyone needs to consider as well, as New Zealand, and in particular Auckland, has been in lockdown for a long, long time, so we've missed a lot of footy. So people tend to think that there's no pathways or anything happening here, where in fact we're just being limited for the opportunities. So now that the borders have opened and people can fly in and out of Auckland and around New Zealand, the pathways seem to have been opened a little bit more, which means we're playing more representative rugby league, which is great for our game, and it's only thriving in particular for the female space as well. The numbers are just grown out the roof this year, and I can only imagine it's going to double again next year in terms of the participation based on all the opportunities that the girls have been having.
What could you say to a young Wahine sports person out there watching this live on television, thinking that they might like to give rugby league a go? Is this an opportunity for them in the future?
Oh, 100%. I within the next 10 years, I feel that women's rugby league will be a professional sport where they're playing full time. So, now's the time to get involved, not just at the older age grades. We want to see them coming through the junior grades as well throughout the country. But man, it's a great game to play. I've made some lifelong friends playing rugby league, and it's only going to be good for our game to have more female participants playing.
Wahine tall, mate, all the way. All the way. Great to see number 13, Pai Uilo, up on her feet. She'll get a spell on the bench. We were a little concerned about her for a while there. Didn't seem to be a lot of movement. She's walking gingerly back to the sheds. Great to see that she doesn't need assistance in leaving the field. So possession will remain with the New Zealand club's selection outfit. They are in the green jerseys, running right to left. There's still 15 minutes remaining in the second half, and the clubs are dominating proceedings, leading 40-0. Both sides have had a decent rest dealing with the injury. Loves a run, doesn't she? Certainly loves a run, does Alexis Tawane. Options here for the club's outfit, looking to increase the scoreboard. Not sure if up the middle is the solution. The referee, Joseph Green, blows the whistle and says You were held up over the line, so come back and play it. Oh, no, surrendered possession on the last.
Yeah, fifth and final play. I'm not sure that the girls knew it. I
don't
missed
know.
it as well, so missed opportunity. But again, you know, next best thing, obviously, after a try or repeat set is turning the ball over at the right end of the field. So look for them like they've done all game, this New Zealand clubs team. They've been muscling up defensively. They got a very thick defensive line here as well, so they're going to be shutting down this. Yeah, they've got some space. You can see it off camera here, obviously, but they've got some attacking space. They're just failing to get the ball out there at the moment.
Someone has to dig deep here for the New Zealand schools. Someone needs to do something special to create some yardage so that they can push that defensive line back. They will be totally exhausted. It is 20 degrees plus this afternoon. Great charging run, and the tackle matched it as well. Not only does she run with the ball, Alexis Totenay, but she also manages to shut down the opposition.
Good shot.
What a crushing tackle. What a smashing defensive tackle. What a way to lift your side.
There's Henalita Lukatui with the big shot there. Good defensive read. Come in, got up underneath the ball.
Renee Walker, Tuliafonga, had no idea who hit her or where it came from.
Yep.
All she could do was put her arms out and go, where is the ball? What a crushing defensive move that was from Lokatia. That sort of thing is inspirational for your teammates.
Yeah, exactly. And obviously, New Zealand schools are the team that probably need that little bit of inspiration at the moment.
That's the secret. That's
yeah,
the secret.
Yeah, it is. But now they're hot on attack now as the New Zealand clubs, and pass that probably didn't need to be thrown there, but it's a repeat set.
Summer Van Gelder, the number 2 from clubs, managed to hold possession on Joseph Green, says the tackle was a little high. He didn't like it. He's called time.
He's down there in the Waikato district applying his trade as a coach, and I believe he's might be having a rest next year to do a little bit of work in terms of what he does as a professor. But yeah, again, some experienced players there helping these girls through their journey.
You think it would be a natural progression to go from training to coaching at some
stage?
Yeah,
I think that's definitely the best way for progression as a coach. So we see a nice run here by Claudia Fino. Too fast, too strong, close to the line.
Such a difficult player to shut down that close to the line. Defence absolutely exhausted from New Zealand schools. If you give Claudia Fino, one of the Aokarana Falcons, the ball that close while she's charging through, there is no answer. There's nothing that is going to stop her. She is the younger sister of the co-captain, Tatiana Finau. She could be playing in the 16s if she wanted to.
There's a few of them, and a lot of those 16-year-olds have been outstanding today. When you talk about girls that could have played in the previous game, you got Claudia Finau. You also got Tamisha Tulua, who could also play in the 16s. And then you also got Braxton Sorensen-McGee on the other side that could have played in the 16s as well. So, again, just goes to show how strong our depth is in the Wahine competition around New Zealand at the moment, and that'll only grow over the next 12 to 24 months.
What a matchup they are, the sisters, Tatiana Finau in the 11 and Claudia Finau in the number 12. Claudia, the youngest of the two sisters. In fact, Claudia Finau is the youngest in this club's team. She punches way above her weight. Exceptionally strong on attack and defence, but she leaves the kicking duties up to her older sister, who has added another 2 points on the scoreboard, and that 50-point mark, I'm sure they were chasing at half-time.
I think she's only missed one conversion today too, so she's been outstanding with the boot, unlike in our first game. But yeah, she's done outstanding so far, and she's done well for her team.
So a shout out to the coaches from the club's outfit, Sefo Fumano and also Tash Davies. They've worked tremendously hard to get this side as well drilled as what it is. Some impeccable performances from their players, but it has been an overall impressive delivery from the New Zealand clubs, and lots of that has to go down to the coaching, because when they win, it's the coaches. When they lose, it's the players' fault, TJ.
Yeah, well, yeah, it's hard work as a coach sometimes, you got to cop the losses, but you also ride the wave when you're winning as well. But, head coach Sefo Fuimano, he's been a part of Point Chevalier for the last 2 years. He's been undefeated for that time frame as well, so he's doing an outstanding job in our Auckland Fox Memorial competition. And then also Tash Davies, she's an ex-Kiwi Fern NRLW player as well. So a very experienced female player there to guide these girls through their pathway.
Very easy to communicate with is Tash Davies. We love that about her in terms of her assistance with her players. She knows them like they are whānau. She respects them like they are whānau, and she'll be really pleased with their performance out on the pitch this afternoon. So with the ball in hand is Alexis Tawane, one of the Upper Central Stallions players. She has been magnificent all afternoon. I'm not sure if she's made a mistake. If she has, it was too quick to notice. Deciding to head down the left-hand side of the pitch is the New Zealand club's outfit. And then they go through the middle, through the hands of Tawane. Nice little cut-out pass. Tiana Thompson, the county's Manukau Stingrays player with the number 7 on her jersey, has injected herself into the play in the last 10 minutes, and that is a worrying sign for the New Zealand schools. Referee Joseph Green said there was an infringement in play, a knock-on from the New Zealand club side in the green, so it will be the New Zealand schools team in the white jerseys that get an opportunity to play the ball. I'm sure they would be desperate to try and get points on the board. And saying that, clubs would be going out of their way to try and keep the opposition to the donut. So at this stage, with 8.5 minutes remaining, it's New Zealand clubs leading New Zealand schools 46-0 in the women's 18s clash. They have possession, that they're still 60 metres away from the try line. Great run from Losse Kuli, and the defence just as impacting. That one hurt. Referee Joseph Green says we'll have another little timeout.
Yeah, another strong shot there by front rower Tafel Asawa. She's probably not the one to be running to here today. 18 years old, playing in the women's competition. She is, and the technique was great there as well. She got on her toes there, leading into contact and put on a good shot. And she just got bent backwards. A little bit awkward there in the tackle.
I've seen the Melbourne Storm do that over and over again. Just saying, TJ. I know you're a Melbourne Storm.
Yeah, no, nothing wrong with the tackle.
Great to see Losse Kuli getting up and playing the ball. They'll need her out there. Bringing it forward is Letitia Mitchiner. No support play at this stage from the schools. They're happy just to take it one up with Elise Shannon, one of the Avondale players, nearly making her way through, but they took her legs from under her. That'll be the 4th tackle for the New Zealand schools. They've got 2 to play with. Braxton Sorensen will need to get her hands on the ball at some stage if they're going to make an impact, as Alice Shannon goes down with an ankle injury. They'll play on. This is the last tackle. Will the ball go up? Is there a chaser looking for a space and a bounce, and something fortunate for the New Zealand schools team? Great charging run, good cover, defensive tackle that time from Tonga Tautai. The referee is saying we'll go back to Alice Shannon, who went down with an ankle injury shortly after she played the ball in the last set of 6. So the injuries are coming thick and fast at the moment, TJ, and on the back of a very intense game of rugby league on a very hot afternoon.
Yeah, sometimes when you get a little bit of fatigue, these things happen as well. Get a little bit, I wouldn't say that word. I was thinking lazy, but you get a little bit complacent maybe as you get tired. Yep. So that's probably what's coming into the game there. But hopefully these girls, it's just a little bit of soft tissue damage maybe, and they bounce back quickly. As we see our club's MVP there for today, Alexis Tawane, well deserved. She's been outstanding, leading her team around from the middle of the park, and she's played very big minutes today. Doesn't look like she's going to be getting a rest in today's clash.
She looks fresh as a daisy to me.
Yeah, she looks like she can have another game straight after this. And again, School's MVP for today. It's been a tough contest for them, but goes to Braxton Sorensen McGee. So some nice touches there with the ball, but also some nice covering defence there as well for her side. It's been a tough day here for New Zealand schools. Been starved at position. It's been a little bit tough to build a little bit of momentum, and you can see there in some of their carries as well, just lacking support, lacking some attention around the ball. That's just come down to being starved, and just doing too much defence for today.
What they need is points on the board. They can do so much for a side. They will have to defend at this stage of the game, but if they can get some points on the board, it's remarkable what a momentum shift can be created from that. But with the ball in hand is the New Zealand clubs, leading 46-0, and just over 7 minutes remaining. We've had a couple of stoppages of play due to injuries. Let's hope not many more rugby league fans. You have enjoyed this afternoon's coverage, I hope. We had the 16s Wahine clash earlier today. Auckland Invitational, outstanding in their second half performance against the Aotearoa Whanui, or the extended rest of the countryside. It was great rugby league to kickstart this afternoon of footy, not to mention the haka on display from both sides, both the New Zealand schools in white and the New Zealand clubs. A tremendous start to the match. Great play, the ball that time from Tamisha Tulia, and a great play. The left foot sneaky kick comes in. It's a nice bounce for clubs, but wrapped up well this time by Tonga Tautau. She's in the number 7 jersey, but is spending some time on the wing to allow Braxton Sorensen McGee to be involved around the ruck. I think that was actually a good decision by the coaching staff to get McGee more of an orchestrated role in the game. Yeah,
Braxton's actually got some good potential in any position she's played. I've seen her play fullback in the halves. I've also seen her play second row in the secondary schools final, and she played outstanding in that game as well. So, again, definitely some good talent for her. And she's only 16 years old playing in a clash like this. And to be noticed is outstanding. So, congratulations to Braxton on her award today.
So New Zealand clubs with the ball, getting rid of the defenders, is Aliana Tono'o.
Another 16-year-old as well, Aliana. Tough, physical player as well.
She made a mockery of the defence that time, literally just charged them away from her, and she's ready for another run now. Keep an eye on the number 17. It won't even need to go that far. Talenza Nelson, too strong with the ball in hand, and they managed to crack the 50, does the New Zealand club side.
Yeah, just a nice tough run there. Started off by Aliana Tonu'u and then by the number 19, the eventual try scorer from the Upper Central Stallions zone, Kimoana Niupalau. See, there was a bit of a slow play the ball, but Tamisha Tulua hits her on the chest here. Nice, strong, powerful run. She fought all the way to the end there. Get the ball down, did she?
Yeah.
Joey Green was on the spot. He'd see a little bit more than us, but...
He had the best view in the house.
Yeah, good determination run there by Niupalau.
Kimoana Niupalau, one of the Upper Central Stallions players in the 19 jersey. She played for Upper Central for the Nationals, and she's also a New Zealand Māori 18s representative at the youth tournament last weekend. She comes from a very little town just outside of Rotorua, and she likes being an impact bench player. She certainly made herself known this afternoon. Just a little bit too far to the right that time for Milan Sitwa. So couldn't add the 2 points to the board. I don't think they'll be too fussed over those 2 points though, TJ, as you look at the scoreboard, and it is the New Zealand clubs leading the New Zealand schools by half a century. Lots of the New Zealand schools in the white jerseys looking up at the clock, wondering when the game will finish, but there's plenty of rugby league to be played, and I'm sure many of them would like to get on the scoreboard just to be remembered for this inaugural clash of the 18s.
Yeah, at the end of the day, the result might not have gone their way, but congratulations to all the girls for their selections in both of these teams. It's the first time they've had this opportunity, and it is a great achievement to be able to be selected in one of these two teams. So well done to both sets of girls. And we see an error here. This could be the opportunity to score some points.
A couple of minutes to go, just under 3 minutes remaining in this match, and the possession will be with the team in white looking to score their first points in the game. The fans are still exceptionally engaged with this match. No one is leaving despite the scoreboard. They're showing respect to all of the players, just like you did, TJ Ashford. They want to make sure that they're rewarded for their effort and their selection. There's plenty of fans out there with the New Zealand Schools banner. So let's see what they can do. That's Marie Fruin, one of the Linfield College students. She brings the ball up. Getting back from injury, Lose Kuli. She finds support play, but the green jerseys are smothering anyone who's covering a ball, and the defence is punishing as well. 4 tackles to go. Is there
Good
anywhere
shot
up the middle? Not that time. Not that time. The defence is strong and up to the task at the moment for New Zealand clubs. So schools have the ball. Referee Joseph Green didn't like the infringement in the tackle, says the penalty will go towards the school side. They could kick the goal, mate, and get 2, but I don't think they will.
Yeah, no, probably wouldn't do that, but it's getting a little bit physical out there. And again, she's trying to run to Asoa. She's probably not the right person to be running to.
Ouch.
Strong defender, but they got space out here. They've only got 2 defenders. As the ball goes backwards, they've only got 2 defenders this side of the post, so if they can get some shape.
They need quick hands at the moment as New Zealand Schools out to the right. Get it out there quicker. Maybe don't draw those defenders in, as there does seem to be an overlap out to the right. Easier to see from here, though, than down there. We are coming to you live from North Harbour Stadium, myself and TJ Ashford calling this game for you. Trinity Edwards-Ria looking to cross for the first try and the first points for New Zealand Schools. They're running out of time and they're running out of tackles, but they're not running out of determination. Referee Joseph Green puts his hand in the air. This is the last one. From the dummy half, a little chip kick goes through. Quite a good option. The chasers were there. In the end, no try.
Yeah, a little bit of fatigue crept in there as well. Wingett just a little bit gun shy on that short side. She had an opportunity there to chase the kick from Braxton Sorensen-McGee. But again, that was a better set. That was the best set that they've produced all game. Unfortunately, it's come in the final minute of the contest, but Again, like I said, all these girls can hold their head up high. It's a massive achievement to be involved in this clash.
They certainly showed some structure in attack and unity as a side. Good drop kick all the way to the halfway line, forcing the schools team to run back and get onside for the ball. Fruin plays the ball, the number 11 for the schools. A short run that time from Proseus Tilfa. She'll get up and try and play it quickly because they want to get up the other end of the pitch as quickly as possible to try and get some points on the board. Not afraid of taking the ball up the middle. Nice little step that time from Violet Hiku, the Manu Rewa High School student. It was also very good delivery by Losei Kuli. But in the end, the clock was against the favours of the New Zealand schools. Joseph Green blows the whistle, and a dominant performance from New Zealand clubs to defeat New Zealand schools in the inaugural 18s NZRL Wahine rugby competition. And it is the clubs over the schools, 50 points to 0. Some outstanding performances this afternoon, TJ, from both sides, especially the team in green. They had to bring out their best game, and that's what they did from the beginning of the match. Yeah,
I think the New Zealand club side had some really strong back rowers there as well, and both the Fino sisters and also supported there by their lock forward Alexis Tawane, who've been outstanding. They were physical all encounter, some good leg speed, some quick leg speed over the advantage line as well, and they just got some good front foot ball there and managed to capitalise on some good opportunities. Tremendous
afternoon of rugby league on behalf of myself, the Stream Shop team, and TJ Ashford. Thank you so much for joining us, rugby league fans, Wahine Toa today. And in this 18s clash, it is New Zealand clubs defeating New Zealand schools 50-0. More action tomorrow with the boys' teams heading your way. Ka kite anō, have a wonderful afternoon. Enjoy your long weekend.